It's finally time. You guys have been asking for Ixion, and since the demo, we have been eagerly anticipating this. Well, let's check it out. So here we are on Ixion. This is the tutorial. We're going to skip through this as fast as possible, but you can see here we've built our first stockpile and also our workshop. And we're going to start harvesting all of these resources. Now the game's very good at introducing you to the tutorial and getting you through each of the sections with ease. However, we do need to start harvesting all of these resources, and in order to do that, we're going to have to connect up the roads to the workshop, which has been placed down. This allows us to build buildings. It provides the mechs for us. And we also have the stockpile, which is storing the steel alloys, I should say. And these can hold a maximum of 100, and the resources that are used to build will be taken from the stockpile. So from here, we're going to look at building apartments over here, maybe? Let's start off with 2, and you'll see that this is going to take the resources from here. I love the little animations of all of this, how you can see this all the resources being planted in there. But that once the resources are gathered, we're then going to see a worker bot, this one, hello, this mech, go over to the apartment in order to start building it. It's kind of cool. This is a colony survival simulation, and it's all based on Ixion, which is, the Tiqqun, I think, which is this ship, which I want to say is a little bit experimental with its special jump drive, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Outside of the colony management, we do have various missions that we can do in the galactic map. But in order for this to happen, we're going to have to build a science ship, or we may need to, for example here, build a transportation ship. And you can also mine resources, and for that you're going to need a miner as well. To start building some ships, let's get a science ship on the go, which means we're going to need to produce another stockpile. So we'll place that maybe just here for now. And this one will be set to polymer. With that in mind, we're also going to need to feed our workers. And this game does give us choices, and those choices will impact the crew and the stability of the ship, as well as what resources we get. So we'll get more into that in a little bit. But for now, we are going to set up a mess hall, and then from here, we have our first science ship. You can see it just here. And from here, we can either send it to the moon to do this science mission, or we have another science mission over here and a third one just here. So we're going to head over to the moon first and foremost, seeing as it's closest. And this is our first decision. So we have an abandoned moon base. Thank you. And here we have 2 options. We can either exploit the security vulnerability, or we can dismantle the base. And as it is out of commission, I think our best bet is going to exploit the security vulnerability, and then from there, maybe we can dismantle the base as well. Or maybe not, who knows? So they've completed their task, and from that we now have 10 science that we can use for upgrading or unlocking new technology. So we'll end that. That's pretty good. And we're also able to dismantle the base for resources as well. So let's go with that. And we're going to head onto the ship to talk about the technology now. We have just built our science laboratory. And if we go to here, we can use this button here to go to the technology tree. And inside the tech tree that we have here, we have various research that we can unlock. We can go with an insect farm to start producing food. We can go with an EVA airlock, which will allow us to construct exterior structures, which are going to be really useful because you're going to need to build solar panels in order to produce power. Another thing that you can do is if you go over other older tech and click them, you can see that we can actually upgrade these as well. So if we want, we could choose to research vertical parking. However, we're going to need technology tier 3, which is this section here. Oh no, it's the far ring we need to have unlocked in order to unlock this. So even though we have a selection of technologies already unlocked, we can go back to them and work on them at a later stage. And as we progress, we'll have more technologies, as you can probably see from here, that we'll need to unlock as well. With that in mind, we're going to... Oh, which one? We need power. Let's go with the EVA airlock. Back on the moon base, as we've now dismantled it, we actually have resources ready for extraction. So the science ship will automatically collect all of the science for us and add it to our pool, but we will need another ship in order to harvest these materials. So if we go over to here, I've already built ourselves a cargo ship. And from here, we can select what resources we want the ship to collect and its priority based on how filled out the square is. So for now, we're going to... Oh, actually, we could do food more. We're going to set it to get the food and the steel alloys for us. And it will then go back to our ship with those resources. Now there is a lot going on in this, and you can see down here that we actually have 49 people homeless. So our next priority, along with building this EVA airlock, I think we're going to have to do it over here, is going to be to build some more housing, which we can place there. Each one holds 15, so we're going to need at least 3 more. And I'm going to try and go about this as smart as possible so that we're not wasting extra space on roads. So we're going to place the other 3 here. We have just built the EVA airlock, and from here it does allow us to build on the exterior. And the nice thing about this is you can actually see the buildings taking place. So for example, this is our airlock here, but we can build, providing we have the resources, solar panels, which are going to boost the power to the ship. And you'll see we're currently using up 61 out of 60. So that's going to give us a bit of overhead. However, if we do have blackouts, which we currently do, this will result in -5 to trust in the administration. And people will, I believe, riot, or at least everything will start to shut down if your trust level drops too low. So in order to stop this, we're going to actually turn off our tech lab just temporarily. And as you can see, everything's gone back online. We're going to continue on. Ooh, new food. And we're going to get some food on the go here, which is going to be super important for the longevity of our community. But we have done all of the events in the sector that are currently available. The next thing that we're going to be working on is a probe launcher, which we'll be talking about shortly. I must admit, I love the build system here. I mean, it's very simple how the building, by the looks of nanotechnology, just grows as the resources are placed in. But I think it really suits the style, the theme of the game. Also, you can see this is our probe launcher. We're working on it currently, and as soon as we have the opportunity, we will be building a probe and talking about that, because we're out of science. Here we go.
A sector is being overworked.
From here, we can produce the probe. It's talking about overworking at the moment. That is unfortunately due to a lack of workers. There's not much we can do about that, but hopefully we will be able to get some more workers soon. And that there is the probe. Isn't it beautiful? So with that, we're going to go to the system view. And if we click this, we can now scan, once we left click this, for various resources. And depending on what resources are nearby, you'll see the probe scanner, these bars going up. And oh, you can see here, perfect. Good example. We have science nearby this area, so we need to just kind of search it out. Looks like it's in this area. Okay, there we go. So that is where it is. You have to go back and forth until you find the exact location, and we can send out this probe. And the probe has found us a new mission. So this is waiting for the science ship to get in contact with that, and we'll find out what that is about. But once you are comfortable with the build and the tutorial, the next thing is to go over to the Tycoon Exterior. And from here, we are going to have to work on the Vol engine here. This is how we get out of the tutorial. So we're going to be building that. And then once we've done the research, we will take off. Warning, by proceeding beyond this point, you are breaching the terms of your contract with DOLOS AEC. Further actions can and will result in summary dismissal. Ooh, scary. We could leave that, or we could... should we just open the back door and try and sneak our way into this and find out what it's about? Let's do that. We've been found out. Oh no, I will be filing an official complaint with Vanner himself, unless perhaps you can do something for me. Okay, send 30 resources. In return, I have no idea what hopefully that's science. So we're gonna prep that and hope for the best. Otherwise, it's going to be a very short playthrough. If, by the way, you want to see more of this, do let me know in the comments below. I've just checked it out for the first time today since the demo, and I'm really enjoying it. So it would be nice to continue this onwards, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Oh, would you look at that? They've given us 2 electronics, which are quite expensive, and 20 polymers. So no science, but still that's pretty good going. So we did need a lot more workers in order to get the food on the go. So now, we look here. Oh goodness me, 100 workers and 40 food. I can live with that. Let's get this ship to collect people next. It's already prioritized for that. And we're going to work on producing some living quarters for them. Hopefully that'll be enough. Looking here, we get 1 food per cycle. This uses up currently 10 food every 5 cycles, and that's for 99 crew members. So we're going to need double that. 20 food in 5 cycles. Each one produces 5. So we know we're going to need a 4th insect farm for the time being. So we'll get that on the go. And hopefully, when we get those people, we'll be able to move over to the moon, I think is the next job after this. At this point, we've been given a new tutorial, and it's using the Tiqqun to fly. And apparently, as it moves, it will take damage. We are going to be using, I think we're just about ready for takeoff. So we're going to take this and move it to the Earth's orbit, the moon's orbit even. We are ready for a systems jump. So in order to do that, we're going to... Oh, just press this. Here we go. Let's jump. They really have done such a fantastic job in this, setting the tone for the whole story. And I love the twist that turns this tutorial into the main game. But I don't want to spoil that, so we're gonna skip this. And maybe you know what's going on, But you'll certainly find out in the second episode. But they've just got such a cool artistic approach to this. This is just so beautifully crafted. This moment of going through, I presume, hyperspace or some kind of space-time travel. Just, I've not seen anyone do anything quite like it. Amazing. But I have to say, guys, we're gonna have to leave it there, but we will continue this. If you're interested, make sure to let me know in the comments below. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to all of our amazing supporters, most notably our Solarclipse patrons, James Irwin, Firefless, and Trebor, as well as our Lunars, the Calamity, Ben, Star, and Shoku, the MN Wolf, as well as our Blood Moon of the day, which today is Chick Norris. Until next time, as always, ciao for now.